Well, I've always said that I don't like the management side of stuff. I don't want to be booking. I don't want to be dealing with social media. I don't want to be managing people. I don't want to be managing any kind of road stuff like tour managing or anything like that. But as a principal member of a band, you just end up doing that stuff whether you want to or not, because it's got to get done. And if you want to get down the road, you got to do that stuff. Somebody's got to do it, and a lot of times it falls on me. My almost religious belief about music and being in a band is to try to not fit in or to not blend in, but to stand out. I've always preached that to people that I've, as I worked as a producer. I've always encouraged people to try to not do what everybody else is doing, because there's thousands and thousands of people doing the same thing, and they're just hoping for a lucky break to set them apart somehow. If you go at things and do it your way, with your stamp, with your personality, and you don't really pay that much attention to what everybody else is doing, you have a much better chance because you're the only person doing that. As far as fitting in, I don't really necessarily, I keep some things in mind, and I listen to some, bands as references when I get stumped on what should I do with maybe this section of a song. I'll listen to stuff for other ideas, and it's really just for reference, like a precedent. What did so and so do with this? Well, what did so and so over here do with this? And get ideas. But as far as fitting in, I really don't care about that. It's kind of a natural fit for me, because I've played and produced rock for so long that I don't have to think that much about fitting in. It happens sort of naturally. I actually have to try to be more aware of what am I going for as far as my personality, my sound, our sound. What am I going for? And figuring out the things that set us apart. Recently we've had some conflict, and I don't really have a problem with someone disagreeing with me. My problem is when I feel like someone's manipulating me. That pisses me off, and I think I'm a reasonable guy. I don't think you have to manipulate me to make me understand what you're saying and to get me to go along with you. I'm a pretty reasonable person, and if you're right and you're rational, I'm probably going to agree with you. And with Roe, we've almost always agreed. We've hit some snags lately, and it's hard. It's been tough, and I can't say I've dealt with it perfectly. I'm one of those people that appreciates the individual, and I know how I came up, I know who I am, I know myself pretty well. I look at someone else and I think that person, I give them the benefit of the doubt. They've come up with their own circumstances. They know who they are. They, are gonna be who they are, and I want them to be. I don't want to stifle someone's personality, even if there's a thing about them I don't like. I try to just stay in my space and understand that they need their space to be who they are too. And that keeps me from having a lot of conflict. But the main part of conflict to me is when I feel like someone is manipulating me, because you don't have to manipulate me. I'll listen to you and I'll think about what you're saying, and I'll look at it from a rational standpoint. I may not end up agreeing, but at least we will have a healthy conversation about it.
Evil preys upon the mind, when hope is on the line, lost in chaos.